Hi, I'm Steven, the Calculator Guy, and today we're going to talk about Hubble, Hedge, and Solana, and how these have become the trifecta of good stablecoin opportunities on Solana. So if you don't know, Hubble and Hedge have had a lot of very healthy competition in terms of who can be the greatest stablecoin protocol on Solana. They both operate or work with Solana. They both have their own concentrated liquidity, automated concentrated liquidity protocols. They both offer crazy looping opportunities, and I, as an investor, am absolutely here for all of that competition. So what can you do on these protocols, right? Let's just get down to it. Basically, you can borrow the stable coins of each of them. So USDH is Hubble and USH is Hedge. You can borrow these stable coins against semi-interesting assets like the C assets from Solana. If you don't know, the C assets are just yield-bearing versions of all of these assets. That yield comes from lending on Solana. So like if you were to get CBTC, well, that's effectively the highest rate you can get for lending BTC on Solana. That's the yield you're going to get for CBTC. So you can borrow against these, which is interesting. And then you can also participate in liquidations. So if you go over to Earn, you can see that there is the HBB Vault, which is fine and dandy if you want to stake your HBB. There's also the Stability Vault. The Stability Vault is where you participate in liquidations. So you can see here the APR is roughly 12%. The HBB emissions are 2%, which is not super exciting. And the liquidation, roughly 7.5%. However, there haven't been that many liquidations recently, so this isn't a super exciting vault. You can see there's 3 million staked here, but you know, for what it's worth, this exists. Right now it's not super exciting because people just aren't very risk on, so liquidations aren't occurring very frequently. Also, Hubble is going to create an automated liquidation vault, which effectively just means that it's a stability vault, but when you bid on liquidations and you get a liquidation, right, so you get, like, let's say discounted Solana, that Solana will then be immediately sold for that premium. So you get, let's say you get 10% off of Solana because there was a liquidation you bid on, so you got discounted Solana, you will immediately sell it Solana for 10% more than you got it for and realize that gain, and it will compound back into your USDH stability vault. So that's cool. That's upcoming. They've already built it. They just haven't launched it yet. How do I know they built it? Because I talked to them in person and they gave me this cool shirt. It does say Hubble on the bottom. You guys can't see that. By the way, Hubble team, great group of guys. They're hardworking, honest, shipping, have a lot of integrity, super smart. Marcus, we talked to him for hours, and he was just a pleasure to hang out with. Like no narrative, no agenda, just like loves DeFi and wants to do it all in the right way and just loves building. So super cool guys, love their team. So anyways, I haven't really told you what the most exciting stuff is yet, right? So this is just like, okay, cool, you can borrow, okay, you can get 2%, but the interesting things start happening when you add Camino. So before I go on, let's talk about Hedge. Hedge, very similar, right? You have you have their stability pool, same thing. It benefits from liquidations. You can see that they have, they don't even tell you what their base rate is. They have 17%, right? That is a combination of their hedge rewards plus liquidations, and pretty attractive. They also have places where you can borrow against some C assets like CUSDC, which if you can borrow stables against CUSDC, you can start to see potentially some nice looping opportunities. And in fact, they allow you to loop automatically. I don't know if it shows it here. No, can I do it here? Borrow. Oh, I know they do have automated looping. Oh wait, maybe you have to click here. Anyways, they have automated looping, so you can loop up. You do have to pay fees, right? Low initiation fee of 0.25%. So do keep that in mind. But there are some great looping opportunities. Just imagine, right, that you deposit your yield-bearing USDC, borrow some stables against it, convert that into yield-bearing USDT, and then loop and loop and loop and loop. Love it. Great stuff. And you can loop these really high because the minimum collateral ratio is 105%. If you don't know collateral ratio to LTV, you just take 1 and divide it by the ratio. So 1 divided by 1.05 is a 95% LTV. So you can borrow up to 95% against this and loop that sort of indefinitely. Great, but you do be aware of those fees, right? Because they can eat into these strategies a lot. So you can borrow against these yield-bearing assets. That's really cool. But now I want to get to the sort of the thing that both have sort of pushed forward recently, and that is their automated concentrated liquidity management vaults, I guess, is the way of putting it. So Hubble created Camino, and then of course Hedge, not wanting to be one-upped, created Nazaree, or Nazaree. I don't know how you pronounce it. So Camino, by the way, if you've been in the DeFi dojo, you've known about this for a while, because we were there the very first day they launched with like 160% APY. We've been there ever since. So now you have these stables at like 7%, 10%, still pretty interesting. 13% here, 17% there, with room left, right? And I love a good 17% stable vault. You know, that's, to me, that's within my risk reward. But it gets more interesting even after this. So also, by the way, if you guys are interested in like doing your own pseudo delta neutral strategies, some of these, right, USDH M Solana, would be interesting to enter. So effectively what you would do is you would borrow half MSOL, borrow half USDH, and you would enter with those borrowed assets here. It's pseudo delta neutral because there could be impermanent loss. So you have to determine for yourself if you think that the impermanent loss will or won't outweigh the total APY. I can't make that decision up for you because it is not a fully and truly neutral position. So that's something that you would have to decide, not me. But I just want to show you that these opportunities exist if you are interested in them, or if you're long on Solana, right? If you just want to collect Solana, or want to get yield on Solana, these are interesting places for you to be, right? And then of course you have another stable vault with another coin. So okay, cool. This is interesting, right? You also have these on Nazaree as well, with APYs that are apparently hidden and kept secret from the world. But it's very similar, right? These go out and they get yields on concentrated liquidity on Orca, and then against those yields, right, you can go to Solend and go to pools and go to the Nazaree, who knows, pool. You can actually deposit the receipt for your LP right into Solend and borrow against it. So you're getting yield, presumably. I mean, they don't tell us what kind of yield we're getting on Nazaree because it's empty for whatever reason. Tell me your yield. But so, you're getting yield on that. And then you can come over to Solend, deposit those yield-bearing LP tokens or yield-bearing LP derivatives, borrow against them, and then loop those opportunities. Now, I'm not going to give you all the nitty-gritties because we save those sweet, sweet details for the dojo. If you want to talk about all of the very specific mathematics behind these opportunities, their yields, and their risks, join the dojo. I can't give you guys everything for free, but I can sort of point you in the right direction because I want everyone to learn, and I like these protocols and think that it would be selfish of me not to expose the world to them. So Nazaree has this vault, USDH has this vault. You cannot use the Camino LPs as collateral in the vault. However, if you are a sly fox, you realized that there was the Camino pool right here, and you could borrow against the USDH USDC, which right here is getting 7%. So if you can borrow 97%, you can sort of see what I'm saying here, right? If you're a looper, you can see this opportunity. If you're not a looper, well, join the Discord, learn how to loop. A lot of interesting opportunities here. But even so, you could just go to the USDH pool and look for some opportunities. As a reminder, negative yield means you're getting paid. So you can actually get paid to borrow Solana. And that makes a semi-interesting opportunity for the MSOL Solana, right? You are getting paid for MSOL. You're getting paid to borrow Solana. If you are a long on Solana, this is a very good what we call liquid staking loop opportunity. Now again, if you don't know what liquid staking looping is, that's another time I'd say I have videos on this in the DeFi dojo. We talk about this at length in the DeFi dojo. I don't want to make this video exceedingly long, but effectively, I'll give you the basics. You collateralize your yield-bearing Solana, borrow Solana, convert it to yield-bearing Solana, deposit it, borrow, convert, deposit, borrow, convert, deposit, borrow, convert. What this effectively does is it levers up your yield-bearing, right? You're getting yield on M Solana. It levers that up because now you have more M Solana, and you're actually getting paid to borrow. So you're getting paid to borrow. You're leveraging up your yield, and you're leveraging up your yield here. So it's a good time. But I digress, right? You can also do this in a delta neutral way. So many ways to do that. So you can see why I'm excited. Maybe most of this went over your head, right? Maybe you were watching this video and you were like, Steven, what the hell are you talking about? I understood none of that. That's okay. You can join the DeFi Dojo Discord for free for 1 month. Ask all the questions you want. If you don't find value there, you can leave and never had paid anything. Watch all the videos, get all the stuff explained for you, and pay nothing. Talk to me and get like literally private one-on-one conversations with me as long as you want, because I do that with anyone in the dojo, right? You guys pay for access to me and my team, and then leave. You can do that if you want to. Totally up to you. I am so convinced that you will find value that I am more than willing to sacrifice my time. So that's all I have for you guys. Seriously, check out Hedge, check out Hubble, check them out on Twitter. Not sponsors. I just like the guys. I like the teams. And I was really humbled by the fact that when I talked to Hubble, they were saying that, yeah, we see that Hedge is doing a lot of the same stuff we're doing. We are closed source. So they can't, it's not that they're copying us. They're literally just building the same stuff. Maybe they're inspired by us, but there's like, it's all fair game. And they really they respected Hedge, and I respected them for that. So it wasn't like a vicious, nasty competitiveness. It was really like healthy, who can build the best stuff fastest and give out the best opportunities. Also, I do know Hubble is coming out with some new opportunities. We have both Hubble and Hedge in the Discord as participating members. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful rest of your day.